Multidisciplinary method for analyzing crime and illegal behavior. The Herberger method. By applying a rigorous, cross-disciplinary framework to turn complex crime data into strategic, ethical, and actionable intelligence. My approach fuses psychology, sociology, forensics, criminal justice, theoretical modeling, legal analysis, technology, and tactical fieldcraft to explain not just where crime occurs, but how and why it develops and how to disrupt it effectively. Psychology and sociology. I use behavioral profiling to identify recurring motives, escalation patterns, and decision points, linking offender psychology to measurable trends in incidents and locations. By pairing this with sociological modeling to account for environmental conditions, peer networks, inequality, and systemic factors that shape opportunity structures for crime. Together, these lenses reduce blind spots and prevent misreads driven by surface-level correlations. Forensics and criminal justice. You can integrate forensic evidence, DNA, ballistics, and digital footprints into statistical models that correlate suspects, scenes, and methods across cases. On the criminal justice side, she evaluates sentencing patterns, recidivism, and demographic disparities to ensure analyses align with legal standards and support fair, effective policy. This dual track strengthens both case building and system-level reforms. Theoretical physics and metaphysics. Drawing on physics-inspired thinking, I use time-space modeling to simulate how incidents evolve across geography and time, testing hypotheses about contagion, displacement, and deterrence. Complement that with clear metaphysical inquiry, interrogating intent, causality, and moral agency, to keep models grounded in coherent definitions of harm and responsibility. This blend prevents purely mechanistic interpretations and maintains ethical clarity. Law and contract evaluation. Legal analysis ensures investigative actions and data use comply with constitutional and statutory frameworks, improving evidentiary integrity and court readiness. Also applies document evaluation and contract analysis to uncover fraud, forged records, and procedural inconsistencies, strengthening white-collar and public integrity investigations with defensible paper trails. Technology and cybersecurity. Leverage digital crime mapping to visualize clusters and forecast hotspots, integrating sensor feeds, incident logs, and environmental variables. In cybercrime, apply established frameworks to investigate breaches, phishing, and ransomware, tracing technical indicators while mapping social engineering pathways. This pairing connects technical artifacts with human behavior, closing gaps between digital and physical domains. Editing and research tools. Treat communication as part of evidence integrity, refining reports for clarity, consistency, and legal accuracy, and backing findings with peer-reviewed research and statutory sources. This discipline reduces ambiguity, improves interagency coordination, and makes insights usable for field operations, policy briefings, and judicial proceedings. Tactical and survival-based analysis. Augment data work with field-informed judgment, incorporating COAS, hunting, and survival skills to interpret terrain and movement without drifting into speculation. COAS, combat-oriented analytical skills, conducts threat assessments, tactical mapping, and movement prediction using structured, military-style analysis. This highlights choke points, likely approaches, and escape corridors, aiding safer deployments and targeted patrols. Hunting skills, apply tracking and pattern recognition to physical and digital trails, linking marks, timing, and route choices to known tactics. Camouflage detection and territorial mapping expose how offenders blend into environments and exploit boundaries. Survival skills models how terrain, weather, daylight, and resource access shape offender behavior, escape options, and concealment. This improves search prioritization and scenario planning while informing community-level prevention. Urban use case, Buffalo burglary spike. This framework could address an uptick in residential burglaries by combining human factors and hard data. Psychology flags stressors and opportunity windows, while sociology maps incidents against income, housing density, and mobility patterns. Forensics cross-compares entry methods, tool marks, and stolen item profiles. Cybersecurity checks for smart home compromises and surveillance tampering. Legal review audits warrant and procedure compliance. Editing standardizes incident reports to improve dataset quality. Technology applies predictive modeling to forecast near-term hotspots. COAS hunting and survival skills then refine deployment, identifying likely approach routes, concealment zones, and time-of-day risk profiles to support targeted deterrence and safer patrols. Rural use case, Adirondack illegal hunting. In dispersed terrain, I could combine network data with fieldcraft. COAS maps probable entry/exit points based on visibility, choke points, and access roads. Hunting skills inform boot print recognition, track aging, and detection of bait or blinds. Survival modeling predicts camping and stash sites near water and shelter. Technology contributes drone-based reconnaissance, thermal scanning, and GIS overlays that align tracks with terrain. Legal and evidentiary standards guide how data and observations are documented to support prosecution without overreach. Why Herberger's approach works. System-level clarity. It explains structures that generate crime, not just isolated incidents. Operational relevance. Insights translate into safer, targeted interventions. Ethical rigor. Models and methods are validated for fairness, privacy, and legal compliance. Adaptability. The framework spans physical and digital domains, urban and rural contexts. By elevating data with behavioral insight, legal precision, and grounded field awareness, the approach turns analysis into decisions, and decisions into measurable reductions in harm.